Metal Shop is brought to you by the jeans that shrink to fit you and you alone. Levi's Buttonfly 501 Blues. And by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. Metal Shop. Tonight in the feature interview, David Lee Roth defends his privacy, tells why his acting career has been put on hold, and goes one-on-one with Van Halen.
I eat Van Halen for breakfast, man.
Billy Cox picks a master classic from his bass playing days with Jimi Hendrix.
If you sit back and you close your eyes and you listen to Easy Rider, you will see this Easy Rider coming down the highway.
On From the Inside, Blackie Lawless talks about his one safe place to get away from it all, and why it's not so safe anymore.
When I'm on that bus at night, that is my favorite place to be.
And we've got fresh metal from a hot new band from the state of Washington, Fifth Angel. Also tonight, former Riot lead singer and Hellraiser Rhett answers one of your questions. We'll have metal notes on Van Halen, Quiet Riot, and the Scorpions. And you'll get all the info on our Metal Shop Levi's contest.
Hi, rockers, this is Rhett.
Hi, this is Blackie Lawless from W.A.S.P.
Hi, this is Billy Cox, former bass player with Jimi Hendrix.
Hey, this is Diamond David Lee Roth, hopping and bopping and popping with
Metal Shop. I'm Charlie Kendall, and it looks like tonight's going to be another killer show. And I'm especially excited about the feature interview with David Lee Roth. Man, does that guy have a lot to say. Here's tonight's first metal note. While Quiet Riot wait for their new video of The Twilight Hotel to come out, Kevin DuBrow and Frankie Banali are keeping busy in Tampa, Florida, working with a new metal band called Juliet. Kevin's producing the album while Frankie beats his skins. The band is looking for a permanent drummer, and at this time do not have a record deal. But we're told that it's just a matter of time before they do. When Metal Shop returns, we've got an audience question for Rhett, one-time member of the other Riot. Fifth Angel pounds out the fresh metal, and Billy Cox has a Jimi Hendrix master classic.
Hi, this is Billy Cox, former bass player with Jimi Hendrix, and we'll be back with my master classics after this.
What is it that Saxon says? Denim and leather brought us all together? Well, I'm not sure about the leather, but the denim they're talking about must be Levi's Buttonfly 501 jeans. And here's an opportunity for you to be a part of the Levi's 501 jean sweepstakes. The grand prize winner will walk away with an incredible audio system that features a home entertainment mixer that lets you spin the records just like a disc jockey, a CD player, a pair of headphones, and 2 microphones, all top of the line and all from Audio-Technica. 25 runners-up will win a pair of Levi's Buttonfly 501 jeans and a Levi's 501 poster. To be a winner, simply answer the following metal quiz on a postcard with your name and address. Then send it to Levi's 501 Jean Sweepstakes, care of MJI Broadcasting, 666 Fifth Avenue, New York, 10103. All entries must be postmarked by December 31st. Winners will be chosen on January 5th, 1987. Now, here's the metal quiz. Since we already mentioned Saxon, on your postcard, tell us the name of Saxon's lead singer. When we come back, Blackie Lawless talks about getting away from it all, and David Lee Roth talks about everything else.
Hi there, this is the one and only Blackie Lawless from W.A.S.P., and I'll be coming to you on The Metal Shop.
The recent death of Metallica's bass player Cliff Burton shocked everyone in the world of music. We've all become accustomed to rock stars who have died in the manner of Bon Scott, John Bonham, or Jimi Hendrix, so it was even more upsetting to hear how it happened, while Cliff was asleep on the band's tour bus. Tonight on From the Inside, W.A.S.P. Blackie Lawless says the tour bus used to be a place he could get away from it all.
With everything that we go through, we are in a high-risk business. With everything that we go through, all the travel, all the gigs you play, some guy throw a bomb on stage, we see it all, man. No jive. We've seen everything. And then when the situation like it was with him, from what I understand, the guy was in his bunk in the bus. And that's like your sanctity. That's your enclosure to separate you from the rest of the world. And that's like, when I'm on that bus at night, that is my favorite place to be, because I sit and I can reflect over the show that evening, what's just happened and all that, and it gives you a chance to think. And you escape a bit from the madness at that point. And that's where you feel the safest. And man, when something like that happens, talking about burst your bubble.
Now, what you've all been waiting for, the feature interview with David Lee Roth. Tonight, David struts his stuff on a number of issues. The first being Van Halen.
What happened is I shook hands with Edward Van Halen well over a year ago, and we decided, just like any band, that we had reached a difference in career direction. I wanted to tour extensively, and I wanted to hurry more so, into the studio. I wanted to get things done, and go. And at that point in time, that wasn't happening with the band. So we shook hands, we hugged each other, and walked out the door. 2 weeks later, I'm reading in Rolling Stone magazine, coming out of Edward's face, that he spent the last 12 years in misery. Poor little Eddie Van Halen, forced to live a lie. Lamborghini after Lamborghini forced into his life. Oh, my God. And as you know, I've played pretty quiet, pretty gentlemanly, for the last 6 months, and they've taken it upon themselves to attack me every single opportunity that they've had, and that includes every single show. They make the cheapest, lowest shots, and Van Halen has taken it upon themselves to demand that the audience make the comparison. Who's better? Who's this? Well, I'm going to tell you, I eat Van Halen for breakfast, man. I eat him and smile.
Something else everyone wants to know about, including me, is whatever happened to that movie Dave was supposed to be in.
What happened is, immediately after I left Van Halen, this band was together, the Diamond Dave Quartet. We were in the basement making noise, banging around. We'd already had a handful of songs together. We get ready for the studio. And then we decided, wait a minute. Maybe we could do maybe we could make a movie. But a movie in the sense of if you've seen Yankee Rose or Going Crazy, those kind of characters, that's rock and roll sense of humor, man. And you take rock and roll music because it's no good without the soundtrack. And we decided, okay, we'll do that. And we got a deal with CBS Pictures, $10.5 million movie, produced, directed, star in it, just like Picasso Brothers, And that's what you were going to get, a rock and roll flick. Well, CBS starts going out of business. You see it all over the newspapers now, man. They're dragging their heels. They don't want to do it, etc. Now I've got a $25 million lawsuit against them. So I figured this is getting in the way. My heart and soul's in rock and roll. I want to make a record and hit the road. So we stuck it aside. And here we are.
The last time Dave was in town for a concert performance, Metal Shop was amazed by the amount of security that surrounded him. We ask if it's all really necessary. Is he really in any danger?
It's not so much that your life is in danger at all times. It's a question of living your life with some normalcy, And I demand that because all the heroes in my life are normal people. The guy who works the cash register is the star of my picture. And if you're always stopping and always shaking hands and always doing this and always saying hey to that and always that, then you become a museum exhibit. And you no longer represent the people that you're singing about. On top of that, I've had people try and kidnap my father. I've had people come climbing over the fences as well as crawling in through the back of the garage trying to get into the house. But when we camp out in a hotel, you've got some 120 people in there. It's like raising a big flag that says, here is the circus. I mean, I hope it's a big flag. But you're always going to get a percentage of people, of goofballs and idiots, who are going to make trouble and who want to do you damage, as compared to the overridingly large percentage of people who may be in love with you and who just want to shake your hand and say hello. But you got to live your life.
Here's two more metal notes, and ironically, the first is about Van Halen. They're getting ready to release a live video from the 5150 tour called Live Without a Net, which will also air as a Showtime cable TV special in January. The band have just come out with a live recording from the video featuring the best of both worlds and a remake of Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll. Unfortunately, you won't find it in your local record store. For now, it's been given to radio only. And keeping with the live theme, the Scorpions' worldwide live album recently became the first live record to sell 1 million copies since Pat Benatar did it with her Live from Earth album over 3 years ago.
Hey, rockers, this is Blackie Lawless from W.A.S.P. This week's most valuable metal is coming up next. Stick around.
Metal Shop. All right, let's open a letter from the Metal Shop mailbag and ask the stars. Brad Bartlett, who cranks Metal Shop on 107 WZZQ in Terre Haute, Indiana, the Valley's only real rock and roll, asked us to track down any of the ex-members of Riot and find out why the group split up in 1984. Rhett Forrester, who sang on the last 3 Riot albums and is now busy with a solo career, spoke with Metal Shop about the breakup.
Basically, the group broke up because of not the animosity within the group members. There was a lot of political and managerial problems with the group, and I found that the group seemed to be losing momentum even after major tours with Kiss and Rainbow and Scorpions and Saxon and all these different tours that we were doing. The group always seemed to go into a sort of a hiatus, a lull period after these tours and after the records and such. So I decided to leave the group and do my own thing.
Every once in a while, a new band comes along that blows you away after just one listen. Well, Fifth Angel is one of those bands. This 5-piece band out of Bellevue, Washington, are creating quite a buzz with their self-titled debut album. Right now, their drummer, Kenny Murray, is out on tour playing with Alice Cooper. But when he comes back, watch out. Here's tonight's Fresh Metal. From Fifth Angel, this is In the Fallout. Not too long ago, Metal Shop spoke with Billy Cox, bass player with Jimi Hendrix the last 2 years before his death. Billy said that his favorite Hendrix master classic that he played on was Easy Rider. And here's why.
I think I
Metal Shop. Back again with the #1 metal. Here's Triumph with Tears in the Rain. All right, Metal Shop fans, strip that leather off your body and get into something cool to keep you looking hot. It's the legendary Metal Shop t-shirt. And you devoted Metal Shop listeners can snatch this black t-shirt with our one and only Buzzsaw logo and motto, the only show with teeth. It's time to blast into action and send your check or money order for $7.95 plus $1 for postage and handling to Metal Shop, care of MJI Broadcasting, 666 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, 10103. That's $8.95 to Metal Shop, care of MJI Broadcasting, 666 Fifth Avenue, New York, New York, 10103. And be sure to indicate your size. I'm Charlie Kendall. See you next week on Metal Shop. The only show with teeth. Metal Shop is a production of the MJI Radio Network and has been brought to you by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. And by the jeans that shrink to fit you and you alone, Levi's Buttonfly 501 Blues.